I think I'm live. All right. So, am I live? Can you okay. Okay, first off, can you see me? Usually it takes me a second to get this going. So I got the chat monitoring over here, and then I'm looking at you guys obviously here. So give me a thumbs up, give me some sort of recognition that you can one see me, and then we'll double check the audio. Sean, what's up, man? Tim, what's up, dude? Tyler, Eddie, Lil Chung, what's up, man? This guy is my dad's cousin. Saw, dude. So, can you guys see me? I'm assuming you guys can see me, right? Any can anybody confirm that you can see me? I'm using my other computer here, so I'm trying to get like a better visual. Okay, you guys can see me. Can you guys hear me? I have my microphone just out of frame here. And last stream I did, it was like in mono and it was it was like panned to like the left, and I didn't know till after the fact, so I since deleted that chat. So is my audio okay? Can you guys hear me? Or if not, let me know. Everything's good. Shane says everything's good. Ken here. All right, awesome. Right on, guys. So, as you can see here, I don't want to put my head, don't want to put the logo in the frame. Otherwise, I will be in trouble from the Gibson police. But yeah, we're going to be talking all things Gibson since my two videos have dropped. There's a lot of things to discuss, a lot of good things, some bad things, but just overall, it's a whole big drama fest. And it's really interesting how, certain things like this that happen either to me or just to guitar players in general. It's such a great talking point. Um, this happened to me last year a little bit with the whole Joey Sturgis thing, and then they kind of like put my name out there, and next thing you know, people found me because of that. Well, this year it seems as though Gibson is the drama pertaining to me because I've done nothing but wave the Gibson flag throughout their troubled past 18 months, 2 years. And now I'm pulling the plug. I'm jumping ship. I was like one of the only metal dudes, I think, on the entire internet that likes Gibson as much as I do. I know Agofish likes Gibson, but I haven't really been seeing him play a lot of modern stuff. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I'm the only one that I've seen. And so yeah, a lot of stuff has unfolded in the past week. It's pretty interesting stuff. So I'm gonna stop in with the chat real quick. Mic is low, so you can hear you. Sounds good. I like that guitar. Howdy from Texas. Hell yeah, man. Michael Murphy, what's up, man? Marie, hey. So one person said the mic is low, so I'll turn it up just a tad. But I don't want to clip the audio. So that's way too low. All right, how's that? Is that okay? I think we're good. Yeah, so all right, guys. So I'm gonna catch up to speed. So yes, this is my 1992 Gibson Les Paul, one of the three Gibsons that I'm keeping. And I said this in my videos how I'm getting rid of my newer Gibsons. And people, when I say people, there's a lot of haters, man. A lot of Gibson fans, which is fine. You can be a fan of whatever you want, but they're hating on me and calling me a hypocrite and just just being negative, just poking the bear, so to speak, saying like, why are you keeping your older ones when you're getting rid of your newer ones? And what I was saying was, this is 27 years old and it has sentimental value to me because it is 8 days older than me. So, that right there is something that I like about this old school stuff and has nothing to do with what's going on in 1992 or in 2019. 1992 has nothing to do with what's going on in 2019, right? Just like my 1978 Les Paul Custom right there. Why would I get rid of that? Thing's worth a lot of money and it's really, really cool and special to me. And my father's Gibson Les Paul Studio, which I always keep, in the other room just out of frame. And, again, why would I get rid of that because of something Mark Agnesi and Gibson agreed to put out on the internet? But that being said, I don't want to play a 2019 guitar or even a 2018 for that matter. Just like I don't want to like wear that brand on my sleeve or like just put that in my content. And I think most people with half a brain can understand that, or aren't trying to like just start trouble. You know what I mean? So it was an interesting week for me for sure, man. Like just like just a lot of interesting stories. So the first story is, yeah, I sold 3 Gibsons already, and I had a 4th one for sale, but I took it down because I was getting not harassed, but some gentleman or woman on Reverb was like giving me stupidly low offers, and I was just like, you know what? If there's people like you trying to like lowball me, I'll just keep it for now. You know what I mean? I'll sell it in a month when all this blows over. But yeah, I got rid of my 2018 Explorer that you guys really didn't even see anymore on this channel. I haven't put that in a video since like last August. But I had the Devin Townsend pickups, the uh, the Fishman Moderns. No, the Fishman Fluence Devin Townsend pickups. Excuse me. Um, I got rid of that just because I haven't played it, and I didn't hate that guitar, but that one sucked because I put Fishman's in a guitar that I didn't play, and I thought it would like get me to play it more, but it just didn't never clicked. You know what I mean? Never gelled. And then I got rid of my 2019 Gibson V, which kind of sucked, but there's a silver lining to that. And the 2019 Gibson Modern, the Les Paul Modern, and I had no problems getting rid of that one. That one was cool, but just something about the chambered body with a Les Paul, especially, man, just doesn't sound right. It sounds like very like nasally, and it doesn't scream, man. You know what I mean? Like I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Like there's certain guitars that just have it and just scream whenever you just hit like a D or a B, whatever. No, yeah, a D. Excuse me. And it just sounds good. Well, that guitar just did not have any mojo. And it sounded good for like rhythm stuff, but again, I just had to like fight for it. You know what I mean? I'd like really be really right-handed heavy. And so I sold those 3 guitars, and I have one replacement coming very soon. But I'm just gonna keep my options open, and I don't want to just blow all my money that I just got for all these Gibsons. So I'm just being, just keeping my eyes open. Not going to be brand loyal to anybody, but I certainly want to buy things that I like, and guys buy things that would be interesting. You know what I mean? And just have resale value, and create interesting content, and shootouts. Comparisons, talking points. You guys know what I mean. Like I'm not just gonna get all the earnings from those 3 guitars and then put it to one, and then I'll be done in a week with all the content that I could create with. You know what I mean? So just keeping my options open. Uh, James, what's up, man? Robbie, what's up, dude? A Bernie Les Paul, hell yeah, man. So guys, I have to share this with you guys. I was gonna keep it as a secret, but I want to get this out to as many people and as many times as possible because something happened to me this week, and it is assuming don't take it with a grain of salt, but I mean at this point it's pretty much said and done. The coolest thing that happened to me on my music career, my music journey, and my YouTube career happened to me last week, but then definitively happened yesterday and this morning. So what do I mean by that? All right. So in my latest video about the Gibson stuff, where it said Gibson sues Dean Guitars, and I just talked about the whole lawsuit going down in eastern state of Texas, or eastern district of Texas, and just like I just laid it all out, and then I said, I was very angry, still am very angry. I don't want anything to do with the new Gibson. The new Gibson is just not for me. I'm selling my guitars. Well, lo and behold, I pinned the comment just to show people what a great PR move this is. But Evan Rubinson, the CEO of Dean Guitars, reached out to me and he said, thanks for the support. I'm paraphrasing, but thanks for the support. Sorry you've been caught up in all this. If you want to play a Dean V, let me know. And he said, oh yeah, he said, um, if you want to get rid of the dead weight, that is your gift. Because you got rid of your dead weight, now let's get you a Dean V. Basically, was what he was saying. And so I said, how do we make this happen? He said, shoot me a private message on Twitter. I followed up. I said, hey, I'm the gentleman that runs the YouTube channel Stay Metal Ray. I'd be honored to play one of your guitars, and we're all in your corner. He said, is there anyone on the website, any V on the website that you would be interested in? And so I'm looking, man, and there's the USA Vs, there's like the hand painted Vs, and then there's the production models. And now I think it would be very, what's the word? Ignorant to be like, oh yeah, let me get one of those hand painted Vs for like $4,200. You know what I mean? So I didn't go that route. I thought that'd be pretty crappy of me. But I said, "Hey, I'd be honored to play the Dean V, the Stealth, with the EMG 8185 jet black finish with the white block inlays. That thing looks sick, dude." And I didn't hear from him all weekend, so I thought, maybe, me. I'm sure. Well, I know he's busy, and we'll see what happens. Just take it with a grain of salt. But then, Monday rolls around. Monday morning, he asked for my personal shipping address. I gave it to him. Then this morning, he said, "Hey, for FedEx, we need your personal phone number, just a good contact number." So I gave it to him. And that's where we left off. So he kind of like, he checks in periodically. And like I said, I'm sure he's extremely busy. I'm just one guy. He's got bigger fish to fry, basically. But the fact that the CEO of D, not even like a sales rep or the marketing rep, like the dude reached out to me just because I voiced my frustration and anger with a totally different company. You know what I mean? I wasn't displeased with Dean. I was all for Dean, and I still am. And the fact that this gentleman reaches out to me and tells me, "Hey, we'll hook you up." I was gonna offer to pay, but I didn't want to like step on his toes because I kind of realized it was what was happening. He was giving me a gift, which I'm completely humbled and honored by. But I wanted to say, hey, I'm willing to pay for it. But I just didn't want to step on his toes and like kind of throw it in his face, like his gesture. So I didn't offer to pay. But yeah, it's like I couldn't believe it, man. Like again, I'm just one guy, you know what I mean? Like you didn't have to do that. Just commenting on my video and saying like who he was and just like reaching out is more than enough. That's more than enough for anybody, you know what I mean? But the fact that he wanted to reach out to me and talk to me and assuming the planets align, everything's going to work out and we'll have one here in the studio and I'll be more than willing to make another like several videos with this exact same story for the rest of the world and then do a demo and a playthrough and just wave that Dean flag because at the end of the day like Gibson's not doing that. No company's doing that. You know what I mean? Like excuse me. But like I don't want to say I'm converted to like a Dean player because I think that would sound very contrived and very like, knee jerk reaction. But how could you not like that story? You know what I mean? Like how, as an individual, like put yourself in my shoes. I'm trying to tell you the story as if you were me. Cause again, this is our channel. I say that like on a weekly basis. This is our channel. You know what I mean? Like he's providing me with an instrument, with content, with a great lifelong story, a physical, tangible thing that I'll always keep for the rest of my life. And just no matter what happens from here on out, just the fact that I'll have that, like that's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me in my music career. You know what I mean? Like top 10 nicest thing anybody's ever done for me in my life. Seriously. And, I can't wait to continue to tell the story as it unfolds. But I mean, I hope you guys realize like how excited and humbled I am, but as well as like just how awesome that is that the CEO is doing this. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna check the chat, see what you guys think. I've been talking for about 5 minutes, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about that. Respect to the Dean guy, yeah. Alex Redford, I literally just got my Gibson I traded for. Nice 2015 Studio Deluxe. I can't wait to plug this guitar in. Hell yeah, man. Yeah. I'll get to the whole Gibson thing in a second. I just want to see what you guys have to say. Um, Such a contrary of douchebag Agnesi. Looking for the DZ. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Unboxing vid. I got to do an unboxing vid of that said Dean V. Um, so, what I have to say, people are still getting Gibsons and buying Gibsons after all this. Alex just got his Gibson. That's awesome. And I have no personal quarrels with anybody who likes to play Gibson. I'm still gonna play Gibson. I don't think I said that enough or people got that. I'm still gonna play my Gibsons, the ones that I like. But I said in one of my videos, I can't remember which one it was, I said, I don't know what type of person would support this kind of business. And I still stand behind that statement. A lot of the trolls and the haters were coming at me saying, oh, so do you think you're better than us? That, we Gibson players, we like this, company and you don't, so are you better? No, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, it just says it doesn't matter if it's Nike or, it doesn't matter, like, if it's any brand, just, like, I don't understand how anybody could support that business move when you're half $1 billion in debt and you have this giant black eye on your brand, and this whole marketing campaign of 2019 is to rebuild your brand, and then you attack and accuse other companies, whether it's true or false or not, 40 years down the road, it doesn't look too good for you. So again, I don't know how anybody could support that, but that is just my opinion. That's an opinion, that's not a fact. So, what I'm getting at is if you still like Gibson, I still like Gibson. I was a fan of their newer stuff and their newer models. I was waving that flag. Not anymore. You know what I mean? Like I told you, I'm pulling, I'm pulling the plug, hitting the eject button. I'm out. I don't want to play new Gibsons. But if you still like Gibson, that's fine. That's like I 100% 100% support your preference and what you like and what you want to play, man. Like, I don't care what you play. I don't care if you play a cigar box with a rubber band. I don't care, man. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't what I believe doesn't shouldn't deter you or influence you. And I said before in both my videos, I hope we can have a civil discussion about this. And that that didn't happen in comments. There's a lot of good people out there, but there's a lot of nasty people, and unfortunately, the nasty people are very quick to overshadow the good people because they know how to do it because they have nothing better to do with their life and they hate themselves basically, or they just are mad at their own current situation. So, again, if you like Gibson, I don't that's great. I still love you regardless if you like Gibson or not. And I said it a million times. I still like Gibson, man. I like Gibson a lot. I like the brand for what it was or what it means to me. And what it means to me is all the nostalgic memories of me playing my dad's guitar. I've said it all the time, playing my dad's guitar and growing up watching Jimmy Page, on the DVDs that my dad had, and then him watching Joe Perry on DVDs in my first live concert where Tommy Thayer and Joe Perry are playing Les Pauls, and you know what I mean? Like it's just there's a lot of sentimental value to the brand as a child growing up. And now I'm a young adult, middle, pushing, late 20s, almost 30 here in a couple years, not too far off, my opinions can change and I can think what I want, but that does not mean I judge you if you like Gibson. So I think most people get that, but people like to twist your words because it's fun. So hope you guys can get that. I'm gonna turn to the chat. What I love about the chat, guys, is you guys always give me talking points, and I'm a very quiet person, like in real life. Like I am very quiet, so this is actually kind of not challenging, but unique for me to just constantly continue keeping a feed going because I'm one dude here. So the more you guys feed into the comments, it gives me an idea and it sparks an idea. So I really do appreciate you guys commenting in the chats and reaching out and interacting because I am such a quiet person, when I'm not doing my live streams or even my YouTube channel. I mean, when you guys, I should do like an uncut like video of me like in front of my ring light for my videos. Like it's about like 2/3 longer than what the product is out. Like my full on videos are usually like between 9 and 12, 13 minutes, but like my talking points are like 15 minutes. And it's just like I'm very slow and I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to get at is guys, thank you for constantly interacting. I mean, it's a lot of fun and you guys help these streams go a lot easier for me. Congrats on the DMV. Hey, assuming it happens, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to, if in fact it does happen, it's amazing. But I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to, we'll see what happens. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm still gonna buy Gibsons, just not any new ones, like me. Largely due to this largely due to this who fiasco, I think whole fiasco, but also because I can't afford any new Gibsons. My latest one is a '98 Nighthawk that I got for $800. Perfect. Yeah, I did this 2 years in a row. I bought a brand new Gibson, but I had to sell a stupid amount of gear to get that money and to make profit because I always try to make profit when I sell it and trade and whatever. So yeah, that's a great strategy. Just be careful. Just watch out for the counterfeits. But yeah, buying used now, I bet you the market for used stuff just went down like crazy, and you'll be able to get some really good stuff for really good cheap money. and I'm like I'm so bad, man. Like I'm talking like, oh, I'm done with Gibson. I'm done with Gibson, and like I'll go on reverb, and I'll be like, all right, 1979 Gibson Les Paul Custom Silverburst, because that's my dream guitar. Like the guitar that Adam Jones uses in Tool, like the Silverburst that's like now turning yellow-ish, goldish. That's like my dream, man. That's like my dream guitar. But they're also like 4,200 bucks. Like but it's just funny how that works. Like I'm like, "Oh yeah, Gibson. I'm done with Gibson." Oh man, 1,200 bucks. You know what I mean? It's funny. So if you buy Gibsons now, that's great, man. You know, they're a lot cheaper nowadays than they were about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. New V, sweet deal. Now you have too many guitars. The Strat needs to go now. No, no, no. Those two Strats, especially the black one. Where's the black one? That's the black one. The white one with now the ebony board, I do not play really at all. It doesn't have any strings on it. I haven't put any new strings on it since I switched the necks. But no, they're staying. I'm not getting rid of them. No, no, no. They're my favorite. The white one or the black one with the whiteboard is like my go-to guitar. Just like no matter what, whenever I'm trying to do a project or create, that's just like my always my go-to. It's just like so reliable and so durable. I love it. I think I'm selling my Gibson after how they are trying to sue every company because they build better guitars. I can't support a company that wants to bully other companies because they are doing better. Right. Well, I shouldn't say right. That's an objective answer. I personally agree with you. Yeah, it's just you know, it just look whether let's just say Dean made their V like last year, and now Gibson's suing them. Okay, okay, okay. Then I guess they have the means. But one, it's like 41, 42 years old, Dean's V. But it's just the whole principle, like you got a new CEO, a new brand, new marketing, a new image. This is the new Gibson 2019. And right out of the gate, like a month after you release your modern line, you're suing and accusing and threatening. Like, whoa, dude! Like, you're like 5 years too early to even begin thinking about doing that, in my opinion. Like, if you want to like rebrand yourself, the last thing you want to do is like make enemies when you're already like a meme in the guitar world. You know what I mean? It's just like, whoa, dude! Like, slow down. You know what I mean? Slow down. You got a long ways to go before you can start accusing people. And I thought that was a bad move, and so did everybody else. Nanobot, what's up, my dude? If the Dean V doesn't happen, I'll turn against Dean. Yeah, I know. It's like I didn't want to tell this story, but at the end of the day, it's an amazing talking point. And I don't think this at all. I don't think it's like a like just like all bark no bite type deal, or like just like, oh, we'll look good in the moment. I don't. Evan Rubinson and I are messaging each other on Twitter like we're boys. You know what I mean? Like it's like, why would somebody do that? You know what I mean? Like why, if you want to like make a big name for yourself, why go after me? Somebody has like a like slightly below average channel size for the YouTube. You know what I mean? Like the Chapmans and the Robert Bakers and the Tone Kings are up here. Then there's a couple other people, and I'm just at the bottom tier. And then there's the smaller channels. So like, why would you shoot like low middle? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I don't think that would be. I don't think anybody would do that. Like, why? That doesn't make you look any good. And I think Evan's a little bit smarter than that. You know what I mean? I'm a Dean fanboy. Active pickup, single setup, neck pub. Okay, you're a Dean fanboy. I see you're correcting your spelling errors at the bottom. Leave the balancing act to the professionals. Yeah, you're right. You're right, my dude. I've been looking at the Jackson V for years. Me too, man. Me too. But the problem is for me is like Floyd Roses. I have such a hate for Floyd Roses. And it seems like all the good Jacksons, like I've had my eye on Jacksons forever, man. Forever. Like years, and I've had a couple Indonesian models like the Pro Series, and like they're solid, but you at least guitar players like if you want to get something really cool, right? You always want to get something really cool. Not that there's anything wrong with the Pro Series or the X series, whatever they're called, or even just like their lowest lower stuff. Um, for me, I always try to like shoot for the stars, and I'm very fortunate enough that I have things that I can get rid of to get bigger stuff. Um, yeah, like Jackson, I would love a hardtail soloist, neck through soloist with yeah, no Floyd, and not a signature. Like the closest thing is like the Dinky Custom hardtails or the Misha signature model. And signature models aren't really my thing too much. I have what, like one, two. I have like, oh, I have Jim. I have a lot of Jim Roots. Whoops. I, I sound hypocritical. I have Keith Merrow and Jim Root stuff, but and a JP15. Okay, okay. I like signature guitars. I don't know what I'm saying, but I try not to play them when possible. I don't know. I didn't make any sense. But yeah, Jackson V's, they're sick. I think they I think they have Randy Rhoads and King V models with string through bodies, if I recall. King V model. Yeah, they do. They do, but I don't know if the Rhodes or USA ones are hardtails. I know they have a Rhodes hardtail. But again, signature guitar, you know what I mean? And Randy Rhoads is not my cup of tea at all. Just never got into him, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll just keep looking, I guess. The Misha USA model is solid, but it's also like $3,000-$4,000 exactly, and that's like way out of my price range. And yeah, I've never played one, so like, what if I like was to sell this entire rack here to make even, and then I didn't like it, and then I'd have to find a new, you know what I mean? Like it's not feasible for me, to like take that risk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna grab another guitar. I want to grab this guy. This is my Ormsby GTR. Oops. Now with a freshly brand new ding. But Ormsby's a really cool brand, man. Boys Down Under in Australia. They make exclusively fan fret guitars. I'm like 99% positive on that. But like I just love the color on this thing, and stainless steel frets, and it's a very beautiful body. Set neck design, three-piece rock maple, bow nut, locking tuners, custom Ormsby bridge, hip shot bridge. Man, thing's beautiful, right? Beautiful guitar. But I want to try a six-string model, just before I give like my full-on definitive approach towards Ormsby. I think they're really, really, really good with customer service. This thing was here in a second. Um, yeah, I love Ormsby. I'm really digging it. I think I want to try a six-string, and then see where it goes from there. I know Levi Clay. Did you guys see You guys know Levi Clay? He's got like, just shy of 20K now. Very, very popular YouTuber. He's very good for his YouTube rants, and he calls out a lot of people that that takes a lot of balls, a lot of guts. Um, he gave me a shout out on his video today, his Guitar Souls video. Thanks, dude, if you're watching. Just everybody go subscribe to Levi's channel if you haven't already. But I don't know if his channel's endorsed by Ormsby, or they just kind of like have like a working business relationship. But he praises Ormsby, and I've always had my eye on him. But the fact that he talked about them for about 5 minutes today, it's got me interested in some Ormsby, man. So I really think I want to see where I could, things go with Ormsby, or maybe even Dean. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But yeah, just trying to give good PR to people that deserve it, man. Dean, Ormsby, great companies. So this guitar, how much money? This guitar was like 1,100 uh Aussie dollars. So if I remember correctly, the conversion for me was like 13. So that's great. That's like the Schecter stuff. The Schecter stuff is about 12, $1,300 depending. And it is made it is made in South Korea, but it's weird. So like it's like made in South Korea, but then it gets shipped down to Australia, and the final whatever, final inspection, final I don't know, yeah, final part of the assembly line actually happens in Perth, Australia. And so I believe they seat the frets and polish the frets and add the electronics. So I think if I'm not mistaken, the body itself is made in South Korea, which is a great place to have a guitar made. I mean, that's like third behind Japan, in my opinion, besides like the like out of control one-off customs like in Poland or something like that. But yeah, and then Ormsby does their stuff, in house. So that's cool. And they also have a custom shop, where you can spend the big bucks to get whatever you want. So yeah, guys, just keep asking questions, man. Changing topics for yeah. All right. So before we're getting a little off track here. Um, so I just want to make sure everybody's cool with the whole Dean Gibson thing. I think everybody knows what has happened, and then I want to give my own personal stance on it, which I did. I told him my point of view, got a lot of hate, but then the CEO reached out to me. So I'm good to go with that whole thing. And if you guys have any additional questions or want to know, just ask it now in the chat. And yeah, I'm just gonna do what I always do, just turn to the chat. And if you guys have any questions, any ideas for videos, I'm always trying to seek out something that's interesting for you guys to watch. So if you guys have any suggestions, now's your time to ask and leave them down below. All right. So I'm gonna head to the chat right now. Okay. 1,100 Aussie dollars, about 768 US. I guess the shipping hikes up the price. Yeah, I I'll be honest, like it's just kind of like when I was stationed in Europe, like when the euro to US dollar conversion happened, what was happening when I buy stuff. Like I didn't like it. It's not that it wasn't real money, but you know what I mean. Like it doesn't like register, and it's kind of a bad habit of mine, I guess. But like yeah, US to Aussie dollars, I'm not really sure. Um, but I knew it's like it's close, so to speak. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys, maybe it's in US dollars and I thought it was in Aussie dollars. I don't know. I don't know. But I knew the shipping was expensive. And it came here in like 3 days from Australia too, so I probably hiked it up. I was changing topic for a second. Ever play through any Randall amps? No. And my good buddy Edwin, who is a patron of mine and a huge supporter of mine. We're talking, he lives in California. He's talking about sending me his Randall Satan, his Ola England signature model. But you know, yeah, that's a huge tall order to have somebody send an amp across the country. But I've never played through a Randall, and like the Diablo or whatever it is and the Thrasher are always on my radar. But yeah, never really played through a Randall. How does fan frets work out for you? Looks like it could be a bit easier. I have a love-hate relationship with fan frets. There's like some days where I'm like really feeling it, and some days where it's like kind of like a drag. Um, I think for rhythm stuff, it's like no change. When you're playing rhythm stuff, it's all about the lead stuff that like gets me a little hemmed up at times, and more importantly with like sweeps because when you're sweeping, your fingers tend to like go completely perpendicular. At least mine do, perpendicular to the frets. But when you have a fan fret, now you kind of have to like angle a little bit and sweep at the same time. So it's just like a little technique thing. Um, but also too, it's hard to. I don't like fan frets when they don't have giant block markers. Like the Strandbergs didn't have giant markers. Legator doesn't have giant markers. So I would love to have like a giant block. Like the Zach Wild Odin or whatever you want to call it. Like that thing is huge, and I love that point of reference. So fan frets for me is like again love hate. I love it for rhythm because the tension's there, intonation's there. But for leads, sometimes when you're like trying to shred, I'm not really a shredder. I'm like an in between shredder slash like just like play with feel whatever you know what I mean. I can do a little bit of both. I'm not like a super shredder. But I'm not bad at shredding. It's just I'm like a riff guy that can play a solo. And real quick, I'll just say, like, when people ask me, like, what's your style like? I get this question from time to time. And it's like for me, it's like a Mark Morton type of deal where like Mark Morton's like 95% riffs, but he can solo when he needs to. You know what I mean? So like that's like the best way I could describe my play. Not to say I'm as good as Mark Morton or that sounds extremely egotistical. I'm just saying like it's that's the best way I could describe how I play. And then so applying that to a fan fret guitar, it's a little bit different because the riff is fine. I love the riff. The riff's the majority of the song. So fan frets, that's great. But then when you need to solo, it could be little bit tricky. So hope that answers your question. I want to try one of those Black Machine style hype models. Pretty smooth looking. Yeah. Yeah, the hype looks cool, man. Ormsby makes sick guitars, man. They really do. And they got a new one coming out in like August, like the Futura, I think it's called, something like that. So maybe I'll get one of those. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not spending for a while. Um, yeah, I'm keeping my options open. I say I'm not spending a while. I do have one guitar coming after the whole Gibson drama, and then I have the D&V. So I sold 4 guitars. I got one, and then I was gifted one. So I'm good for now. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm good. I'm like backlogged on videos for about 2 weeks now. I got to get through. So I don't need to be wheeling and dealing and hustling. That just take it easy, right? You know what I mean? Joe Harvey, more metal. Hell yeah, dude. All right, guys. Let's get to some more of your questions. I'm not into fan frets, but I think that's because I use the straight frets. Yeah. But honestly, when you try a fan fret, at least for me personally, I think a lot of people too, when you try a fan fret after playing normal frets forever, it's like it literally doesn't feel any different. You know what I mean? So yeah, to each his own. Again, I go back and forth. Some days I'm like fan frets, rawr," and other days I'm like, ugh, fan frets. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a love hate. I owned a Randall V2 and the Cyclone. I hate the V2, but the Cyclone was all right. Yeah, I've heard good things about both. That's a gorgeous guitar there. Yeah, it's seafoam is my favorite color, and seafoam is very hard to get right. Like Fender's close, but it's too like light and dainty. And what's his name? Steve Vai's is very, very close to what I like, but it's almost too blue and too light and blue. It's almost like a baby blue. But this is like the perfect seafoam green, in my opinion. I love this shade. It's almost a teal, but it's not a teal. It's still a little bit brighter. Beautiful. I love it so much. I love it. What a great guitar, man. The only thing I don't like about this guitar is the nunchucker is a very medium output pickup. And for a 7 string, I just would like a little bit of hotter signal. They create like the Hot Rock pickup, I believe, and the Blizzard, which are a little bit hotter. So I'm thinking about maybe upgrading this pickup and switching out the nunchucker. But yeah, I think the nunchucker comes stock with most of their guitars because it's like a middle of the road type of sound. You know what I mean? Do you still do you still your Legator guitar? Do I still have it? Yeah, it's right. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it. The Ghost X series. I love that guitar. One of the most underrated guitars that I've had. And a lot of people have a lot of nasty things to say about Legator because of something that happened years ago to Arnold Plague's guitar. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything negative to say about them. I mean, that guitar has a beautiful burl top on it, 5A burl top, and Fishman Moderns. It's sick, man. It's a shredder. And whenever I want to do lead stuff, that's the one guitar I turn to a lot for my lower tuning stuff. Deans are so underrated; they get lost in the mix. To be honest, yeah, yeah. It's funny, like they're like top 10. They're like top 10 most popular brands in my opinion. Like seriously. Like biggest guitar brands. It's like Gibson, Fender, Jackson, I don't know, like electric. I'm not going to go acoustic. But then what, like Gretsch and then Ibanez and then, Schecter in no particular order, and like a Schecter, then like I don't know, like Dean's got to be right up there, man. You know what I mean? Like they're in there. They're in that mix. And then like you got like newer brands like Key Soul is getting close to being up there, and brands like that. But it's funny how like they're so big, but like yeah, I don't know. It's just it's interesting how people. I don't wanna say they forget about him, but, like, unless you're if, like, if you're a Pantera fan, you're gonna play Dean, you know what I mean? So, like, people love Dime even to this day. You're gonna play Dean. I had a Dean, the Dime Slime, Dean Dime Slime that's still available today in today's day and age. And that was a sick guitar, man. But um, again, just Floyd Rose and signature model was just like, I'm gonna give this. I sold it. I'm gonna give it to somebody that wants both of those features. And at the time, I was really into EVH stuff, and so I'm constantly going through phases of what I want to play and what's my favorite. And so I had my Dean, and I loved it. And Dean Guitars actually reached out to me on Memorial Day of 2017 and said thank you for your service. This was when I was still in Georgia, and that was so cool, man. Another cool story about Dean. So nothing but good things to say about them. Oh, sorry, the chat skipped. Anyone else? Anyone else? I love the seafoam finish on my Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder. Yeah, the Guitar Center at Wilmington, Delaware had one of those. Again, Floyd Rose Super Shredder, not really my style, but the color, the color is I almost bought it just because of the color. Not I talked myself out of it real quick. But anything in seafoam, I'm a huge sucker for. My fiance makes fun of me, but like anything seafoam, like I'm all about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, anything seafoam, I immediately am like, well, maybe I could play a super shredder, but then after a week, I'm like, why'd I get that? Brandon, what's up, man? What string gauges were on your what gate were on your Les Paul Modern? I can't play it. So Brandon is the gentleman that bought my Les Paul Modern. So I'm assuming it came to your house okay. You received it all right, Brandon. Leave me. Hope you love it. Hope it's great. On that, when I shipped it, it had some big boys on it. I think it had 11 to 54, and I believe it was in drop B ish, drop A sharp. So it has some thick strings. But yeah, if you can obviously just change the strings, but yeah, it's got some metal strings on it. Yeah. So I hope it arrives safely, and I hope you dig it, man. It's cool. It's beautiful. It smells really good. It smells like vanilla. So I hope you enjoy it, man. I really do. I saw your vids on Gibson. I've only owned three Gibsons. Two of them are cheap 2019 Les Paul with a P90. I love the Junior, but I feel embarrassed about it now. Yeah, it's yes. Thank you for reiterating my own personal feelings. It's like yeah, it's like awkward to play it now. You know what I mean? It's like when I want to create a project or a video, I'm just like, do I really want to put this on assuming this is a Gibson. Do I really want to put this on camera? You know what I mean? So it makes you like second guess, you know, what you like and what you want to play. And I totally agree with what you're saying, man. 100%. I mean, Dean are only still here because of Dimebag. It's their only seller, honestly, but I'm not a fan of them. Just played two Pros Dean guitars, but you can tell they make them well. Yes and no. I don't think they're here solely because of Dimebag. Yes, Dimebag has a huge influence on the company. Um, but I disagree. I disagree. They have Dave Mustaine, and they have John Connolly from Seven Dust. They have Michael Angelo Beato, whoever that is. They have Dusty Cooley, I think his name is. I don't know who these gentlemen are, but I know they have other artists that are big in the game. They have the bass player from Shinedown, I believe. He has a seafoam green bass, if I remember correctly. So I mean, they have more artists, and I think it's just because Dimebag has since passed, and he's like up there with the Slashes and the Jimmy Pages, and that is still their biggest artist. I think that overshadows the fact that they actually still have some current bigger names. You know what I mean? Like I think they have bigger names than like no offense to like Kiesel or Ormsby or Leggett or any of the modern companies. Dean, I still think has bigger names playing their stuff, but the fact that Dime still is on the bill, I think it like overshadows that. I think you guys can understand what I'm saying. This isn't a shot at Kiesel or Ormsby or Leggett or even Dean. I'm just saying like people are saying, "Oh, Dean's riding the Dime wave." I don't think that's true. I just think it's because Dean has Dime's name still attached to their brand that it's like misconstrued construed and people's like beliefs are like swayed in a not so correct way, if that makes any sense. I think Dean is still, like I said, top 10. It's just people tend to disagree, and I'm just one guy with an opinion, and you guys are right, have every right to believe what you want. So it's interesting. Yeah, they mistake Michelangelo Beto or whatever, however you say his name. Yeah, your point is invalid. Exactly. You still have. Oh, I see somebody correcting my pronunciation. I'll get to that. Uh, I'm sorry, the chat just skipped really bad. Oh my god, I'm way behind on the comments. Do you still have the Music Man JP and Seafoam Green from last year vid? No, no. I've said this a bunch of times. I'm surprised you don't know this. So I had it for like a week, but then it died. There was zero output, and I sent it back to Music Man, and they gave me the trans black one in return as like a token of saying like sorry about that. I think it was probably just like a bad wiring or something like that, but they sent me a replacement because I wanted the replacement, not to fix it, and they didn't have any of the seafoam green ones anymore, and they sent me a trans black one. So I love the trans black. I have it in the other room in the case. Um, but yeah, no, I love that. That was like one of my favorite guitars I've ever played, and I do like it more. I liked it more than the black one. The teal one was just it was beautiful. And yeah, my fiance, so it's just like, oh, the one that got away. I'm like, yeah, I know. I have a replacement, but it's just not the same. Um, yeah, so nah, I'm surprised you never heard that story. I'm sorry you didn't catch up on that. Yeah, that's what happened. They sent me a replacement. What do you think about the 1156 for drop C? I like to get the NY, but they're like 14 bucks. Keep in mind, I'm only playing one main guitar. My main guitar does not have steel frets. Um, I think the 56 is pretty heavy for a drop C. I would try a 54 or 52 even. Just because like if you have a 56, like you're not moving that low string at all, in my opinion. I like a little wiggle room. I like to get away with as light a gauge of strings as possible, if that makes any sense. Like in drop B on a 25.5 inch scale, I use a 52 just because I love that to be able to manipulate the low B. So it's all personal preference. I would not use a 56 in drop C, especially, even though it's only 24 3/4 scale. Uh, okay, it's Bay Bay To, and Eric Bass from Eric Bass or Eric Bass is Shinedown's bassist. Thank you. Yes, I knew I was in the ballpark for Beato, Batillo, whatever. Yeah, you know what I meant. You know what I was trying to say. Rusty Cooley left Dean Guitars for Ormsby. They are announcing his signature model in the next week or two. Oh, okay, Dan. Well, pardon me for not being up to date with Ormsby. I know you love your Ormsby, dude. Yeah, I love mine. Like I said, just not a huge fan of this nunchucker, man. I wish I had a little bit more output, but yeah, Ormsby. I have my eye on Ormsby, man. I'm seeing if maybe if I could. Never mind. Tell the CEO I'd like a Z model. Okay. No, we're not getting into that. No, 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 no. Come on now. He still pronounced it wrong. You know what? I'm just gonna say Michelangelo. Let's just keep it at that. The guy that goes like this. That guy. Yeah. So then now I can't say it wrong. Did I say it wrong now? I didn't think so. I can't pronounce it wrong if I don't say it. I played in drop C. Hey Cody, what's up, man? I played in drop C with a 54. It was sick, but I also use a 60 for drop B. I like thick strings. Yeah, personal preference. I like thick, little wiggly strings, so I can. Whenever I hit a pinch harmonic, I try to hit a pinch harmonic just as much as Zach Wild, and so when I do, I just like to be able to wiggle it a little bit. So personal preference. Might get confused with the artist, sculptor, or Ninja Turtle. I thought they were the same people. Anyway, I'm using 1152 for drop C. Thanks for the string help. Yeah, hey man. Stoked for the new gym root pickups? Yes, but I don't know if they're gym roots. So the gym root thing is interesting because I don't know if he's gonna have what I think's gonna happen is I think he's gonna have a signature guitar, a new jazz master, but they won't be signature pickups. I think it'll be a brand new signature guitar with the retroactives. I think that's what's gonna go down because I don't think it would make sense to have just the pickups. You know what I mean? Like a signature set. I think it's either gonna be both or just a signature guitar with the retroactives. It's either gonna be a brand new jazz master, the white jazz master with Jim Root's signature pickups, or it's gonna be the brand new white jazz master with the regular EMG retroactives. But assuming they do have the pickups, yes, I'm excited. And I think what I would do would probably be switch out on the telly right there. I'd probably get retroactives in there just because that's like Jim Root's number one. And so I'm trying to keep it pretty accurate to the modern style of Jim Root, you know what I mean? And speaking of Slipknot, since we're talking about it, I'm trying to get a Mesa Boogie power amp as well as a Rocktron preamp and do like a recreation of the self-titled album tone because I don't think anybody's done that yet. I think that'd be really really cool. There's a couple on Reverb right now, but again, it's kind of just like why apart from doing that, why else would I need a power amp and a Rocktron Piranha preamp? But I think that'd be really really cool. And I'm also trying to get a Mesa Boogie dual caliber DC-10, the amplifier that Jim Root used on the self-titled album. You know, obviously in Purity and Me Inside, because those are the only songs he was on. I think that'd be really cool too. I think that'd be really original video. So I'm gonna do a Jim Root gear demo or like a gear video, tone video, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Just gotta save up, man. Gotta save up. Gotta align all my ducks in a row and make it happen. Bass like the fish, just helping. You guys aren't helping. You guys are making fun of me. Cause I, cause if it's not Jim Root or Mick Thompson, apparently I don't know how to say their names, right? Like I'm so fixated on like two guitar players. I know everything about Slipknot, but I can't pronounce other people's names. It's funny. I'm your guitar encyclopedia. I'm ordering a hot rock for my hype. Yeah, Dan, yeah, dude, shout out Dan. He's a great individual to have in my life. Not only is he a great person, but he's like so knowledgeable about the guitar community. And honestly, a lot of the things that I put out on the internet, I get from him. And not to like rip him off or anything, but you know, it's just I'm not ripping him off. I'm just like he's like, hey, did you hear about for example, the Play Authentic video, he's the one that told me about it, and when I made my video and I said, "At the time of filming this, I have not seen it," people freaked out. "Oh, you're making a reaction to something you haven't seen yet?" By the time I filmed that, the video was, like, gone, you know what I mean? Like, it was, like, deep, 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 deep in Reddit, and nobody found it yet, and, you know, by the time that same day, by the time that I filmed it, uploaded it, and everything, then, like, one came out, and then it like spread like wildfire, the Play Authentic re-upload, you know what I mean? So like, you know, I just because it wasn't like back on the internet yet and you know, all the haters, they love to point flaws at everything. When I filmed that, it was gone from the internet. It was like deep, 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 deep in Reddit. And like, you know, I was trying to find it and it was like, you know what, I'm just gonna read the articles. And it's just like I said to all the haters, everybody's like, "Oh, you're making a reaction on something you've never seen." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I can't talk about like World War II or Vietnam or 9/11 because I wasn't there. You know what I mean? God forbid. I read an article from a credible source, and they shut up real quick. So they just like to hate. But anyway, as a tangent, Dan, great dude. You're joking. I know. I know. It's actually Jahim Rute. I thought it was Jaime. I got nothing. Yours is funnier than mine. I'm just oh, this is awkward. Is this still live? Yes, this is still live. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing, dude. Did you drink it, bro? Nah. All Italian names are hard to pronounce. Yeah, yeah. Cut me some slack, man. So I'm gonna scroll up real quick and look up some more questions. But Yeah, so while I got a lull in the action, so to speak, just talk about what's coming up. For me, I just got a ton of videos backlog that I've got all the audio recorded and like the song, the demo, whatever you want to call it, recorded. Now it's just a matter of putting it on on the camera. And that's the hardest part for me is like get in front of the camera and talking. Because again, it takes forever. I'm really awkward and I have to cut everything out. But yeah, so like I got like my Gym Root Dark Terror. I got a song out for that. I just gotta do it. That'll probably be filmed tomorrow. I got a Slipknot cover of mine that I'm really proud of. That's on my Patreon. It's been on for about 2 weeks now. Edwin, he can attest to it. He's heard it. I hope he dug it. That's coming out. Really proud of that one. Some old school stuff. Let's see. I got something else coming up too. Oh yeah, the Dean guitar, the new guitar that I replaced my Gibsons with. So that's 4 videos right there. That's like a week's worth of work. Oh, the tennis guitar is finally coming to the channel. I'm finally gonna do it. That song's recorded, good to go. So it's just like, you know what? I got a lot of stuff, man. So it's just a matter of putting it all down and getting to work. And we're growing. I don't want to jinx myself, but we're just shy of 6K. And I'm extremely thankful for that. That's amazing. Thank you guys. Seriously. I'm hoping by maybe this time next week we'll be at 6K. That'd be amazing. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. And whenever it does happen, I know it will. I know it will. We'll get there. But whenever it does, I just want to say thank you in advance. I mean, that's huge, man. I remember a couple years ago, like 2 years ago when I started, I was excited about 300. I had 300 subscribers in January of 2018 just before I put out my bleed video, and that's like my most popular video. But like that was like, I was like, wow, I have 300 people gonna see me playing bleed. This is awesome. You know what I mean? So it's there's times when it gets like frustrating and you get like writer's block and you don't feel well, and the last thing you want to do is put on the camera and talk to nobody. But when you just put in perspective about how many people I've met and how many people I know and how many people know me, and that like look forward to my face and my opinions and my my points of view on things, it's like it makes it all worth it. And it's so cool, man. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I just can't wait to see where we are gonna go. Because again, this is your channel, man. This is your channel as much as mine. You guys are sending me stuff now, and we're doing demos of each other's stuff. So again, it's literally our channel. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying the ride, and when we get to wherever it is that we do, I know we will. I just want to say thank you in advance, and I'm enjoying it in the meantime. So thanks, guys. All right, we got some more questions. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions, and then it's movie night. My lady and I, we're gonna watch a scary movie. Maybe we'll rent Annabelle Comes Home or something if it's out yet or something like that. We always watch scary movies. You guys know me. Later, Joe. Right, you play out at all? What do you mean? Like, do I play live? If that's what you mean, I haven't played live in a while. I was playing live a decent amount in the first half of this year. I was in like a little. I think I told a story. I was in a jazz band actually, and like a jazz fusion rock band type deal. Not really my cup of tea, but I was having fun doing it. But I haven't played live in about a month and a half now. And I've been doing YouTube almost literally full time before school starts up again. And yeah, so nah, I haven't played live in a while. Can't wait to see Crawl. It hits theaters on July 12th, dude. Right? Kind of like a sleeper movie. You know what I mean? I know. I just saw Chucky last week. That was surprisingly really good. I'll probably see Annabelle Comes Home maybe Friday or Saturday, assuming the lady wants to go with me. Um, I think she's right over there. She's so shy. She will not get on the camera. I'm telling you, one day she'll be on the camera. I know, babe. Yeah, she's playing with me. The dog. Anytime you hear the dog, you know she's right by. But Halloween new 2020 movie just got announced, so I'm definitely excited for that. It comes out in September. Oh, oh, there's so much good stuff coming out. I saw Pet Cemetery, the remake. I never saw the original, because I've tried it so many times to watch the original, and I just like was not into it. I was extremely disappointed with the remake, and I thought it was pretty lackluster, if I'm being honest. All right, which is best, Jim Root Strat or Telly? Um, come and say hi, Mrs. SMR. I'm pretty sure she's sitting right there listening. You guys know the room, like where like the wall, like where my boogie and the 4x12 is. Like there's like a wall that's like where the steps are. I'm pretty sure she's just sitting on the steps right now. What's better, the Jim Root Strat or Telly? I'd say Strat, 10 out of 10. Um, it's American made, and not that that means anything, but my cat's climbing up on. Anyway, uh, not that that matters, Mexican versus American, but I like American stuff just because like I just know that it was just a slightly more attention to detail being built. Um, But yeah, honestly, I'd go Strat just because I just like the Strat. But the Telly is really good because it has fretboard markers, and the Strats don't, and I hate that. It's like the only thing I wish I could change about the Strats is fretboard markers. But other than that, I go Strat 10 out of 10, man. I love those guitars so much, especially my black one. And whenever I switched the neck, something happened to that guitar to where like it just like took off. Like it was like my favorite. But then when I switched the neck, something about the action and just the way it reacted to the new neck, it was just like it changed it for the better. And now it's like become even more so my favorite. So I have to make an adjustment. My cat is being annoying. This is Luna. And by the way, I was right. The whole crew is sitting there listening to me. Babe, can you just come here? People are asking about you. Why don't you come? Nobody cares if you're in your Victoria's Secret robe. Come here. And, and this is Ruby. This is she hangs out with me every day in the morning when I have my cup of coffee and I'm up here. And yeah, that's Ruby. You guys have seen Ruby a lot more than you've seen Luna. Luna doesn't really like me too much. Everybody's saying hi, Luna. Hi, Ruby. So yeah, everybody's hanging out with me. So all right, guys, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna get in a shower, get a shower, get settled in for the night, and then we're gonna go watch a movie, just hang out and enjoy the rest of the night. All right, guys. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and just be on the lookout for all the videos I have coming up. I have, like I said, I have like 5, 6 videos backlogged, ready to go. Just gotta get to filming them and editing them. So that'll start first thing in the morning. And yeah, expect another video tomorrow, and then expect just more content coming up. And then I'll keep you guys posted on the whole Dean thing. I'm assuming it's all good to go, so I'm extremely excited about that. So be on the lookout. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Later, guys.